Love making is a process. Intimacy is the wood that keeps the sexual pleasure burning. But first, I want to do a story about Niecy Nash. Then I'll go into what my love making signs are. When I found out how far they lived apart, while she was working, acting, I knew things wasn't going to be on the right page. She works in New Orleans while he's way up in Los Angeles. A woman needs to have intimacy to feel close to her man, and without him being around physically, to really feel his presence more often than less can cause trouble in any relationship marriage. Consistent intimacy gives them more stability and security in their marriage. Then when I found out that she's been hanging out with Oprah and Gail, I knew things could get worse. I knew that. When I knew who she was hanging around with, I knew it could get real bad. Being around people that doesn't have the same mindset that you have and you're married can cause problems. That's how I knew. If those influences cause your partner's behavior and mentality to change even a little bit, so will y'all's relationship marriage. All it takes is a little bit to change. I want to read about this story first because it goes into what I want to say about love making is a process. It's the intimacy. The intimacy is the wood that keeps the fire burning. All right, signs. The love making is a process. Signs. You feel comfortable being yourselves around each other. That's one. You consistently show up for one another. That's two. You're forthcoming about your past. Three. You celebrate each other's accomplishments. Four. Five. You sincerely apologize to each other when you've done something wrong. Own up to it. Don't shift blame. Own up to it. Be big about it. Own up to it. Own up to it. Own up to it. I said a lot of guys, man, and females. Mostly females that point fingers. Point fingers there. Point fingers there. Shifting the blame. No. Own up to it. Hey, I did it. I messed up. Talk about it. And let's get over. Six. Both good listeners. You got to be a good listener to ought to be a good lover too. That definitely goes hand in hand. Now I'm gonna go into that later on, but you definitely gotta be a good listener to be a good lover. 7. You share similar values and common goals, common life goals at that. Common life goals. I add that life goals. When you fight fair. That's 8. You're adventurous and enjoy trying new things together. 9. 10. Spice things up in the bedroom. But intimacy is what keeps the fire, the sexual fire burning. So that's what I'm saying. And that's what happened with Niecy Nash. The intimacy broke off. And that's what's going on with Nicole Park and Cora's Brojo now. She's missing the intimacy. And when she was talking to that guy that was interviewing them, what she was doing was she was talking indirectly but directly. That's what she was doing. She was talking to them. It was like she was bouncing her problems and issues off the wall and just hitting him with it. And I knew it weighed heavy on her heart because of the way she was saying it. See, when you go off your head, you kind of you will think about what you saying that won't offend the person that you're talking about. You kind of watch your words of what you're saying. But when it's from the heart and it's weighing heavy on your heart, she was talking like he was invisible. He was sitting in the room right next to her, and she was talking like he wasn't even sitting right there. And that's how I knew Nicole Parker knew what she was saying. It weighed on her heart for a while now, and I could feel it because she was going off her heart, not her head. See, it's different. When you go off your head, you can kind of watch what you say, and you don't want to really offend your partner when you're talking. So you kind of, but when you go off the heart, and then that let me know too that she didn't even have respect for her man, because I would have discussed them problems in private. You could at least give him that much respect. You could have gave him that much respect by saying, you know what, I'll give him a little bit, but I'll discuss the major part with him. And this is why I want to talk about the intimacy. This is why intimacy is so important, man. And in a relationship or marriage, intimacy is the wood that keeps that sexual fire burning. You got to have intimacy. And now I just go into what I was saying. Now, these are my signs. I gave you 10. Okay, now. Sorry works when a mistake is made, but not when trust is broken. Sorry works when a mistake is made, but not when trust is broken. So in life, make mistakes, but never break trust. Forgiving can sometimes be easy, but forgetting and trusting, again, can sometimes be impossible. Now, everybody got flaws, so you will make mistakes, but just try not to break trust. Make mistakes, don't break trust. Okay, now, you have your aggressor and you have your controller. Now, this is an aggressor during an argument. trying to match the energy of the other person to only heighten the situation further. That's the aggressor. The controller can shift the convo, calm the emotions, and diffuse a battle that could bring out a different side of the other person. Now, I'll give you an example. Me and my lady friend was in a food restaurant just eating, and my phone was going off. Hers was too, but she had got an attitude. Now, I could have been the aggressor, but I was the controller in that moment. So what I did was I could have matched her energy like how she came at me, but I didn't do it. So what I did, I controlled the situation. A man's supposed to be in control of the situation and his environment at all times. Don't let the situation and environment control him. So I controlled it. But I calmed her down to a point where we really didn't go off on edge. I brought it back in line, and I got her straight. And I wait till we get in the car to really iron out the issues. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't no big blow up, but if I'd have let that fuse stay lit, it would have blew up in my face. So I made sure I cut that stem off quick before it did blow up. You see what I'm saying? So when you're a man, you gotta be a controller and not an aggressor. But even though it was something simple, I still caught it because it could have been something major. And like I say, I waited till we got in the car to just iron out the rest of the issue. You see what I'm saying? But now it happened on a time too where I was the aggressor, and my other lady partner, she had to control me because I was about to really go off. But she caught me and said, "You always say it's about the united front." So she was really giving my game back to me, but I could tell she was paying close attention to how I handle things. And that's also a positive too, players. Now, what you want to do is deprogram your woman and then reprogram her. Because see, I deprogrammed this woman, then I reprogrammed her on how I run my program. Because before I got her, man, she was from New Orleans, and man, she got that accent. She real. I mean, she was classy, but she was hood too. You know, she had the gold fangs, and man, she had that New Orleans stuff down. Pointing the finger and all that. But I had to break her from that. I had to deprogram her, then reprogram her. So I got her control on the how I wanted to do things. But then I was the one, that was about to go off one time we was out. So she had to remind me of how we can just, hey, she was like, hold on. Now, you want to talk about it here? And you want to show out? Or you want to wait till we get in the car? So she had to control me when I was the aggressor. But I could tell that she was always watching me by example to know how to control certain things. So, because before that, man, she would just fly off the handle. I'm talking about on certain guys. I was, here on the phone talking to certain guys and stuff like that. So I kind of picked up on that. And that what made me correct them. Like, hey, man, it's going to be a way we're going to handle things over here. You see what I'm saying? But it didn't just take one day or whatever. It took a little while, but then we got it together. You see what I'm saying? You just ain't going to go to a person and just all of a sudden change. Right? Not right then. It took a couple of days and when they see how you, like, being on time. Like I was saying, show up for each other. You see what I'm saying? Being on time, showing up for each other. That's what I'm talking about. I told her I like to be on time. I like to leave, 20, 30 minutes early. So when I say give you a time, I expect for you to be ready. You see what I'm saying? And then call and text when you're running behind late. See what I'm saying? So I'm grooming her. You see what I'm saying? How I groom her. But I just want to give you that example. Okay. Having arguments doesn't mean you're incompatible. It means you're human. It's how you conduct yourself during those heated moments that matter. That's what I was talking about. Having arguments doesn't mean you're incompatible. It means you're human. It's how you conduct yourselves during those heated moments that matter. Good sign. No matter how difficult the content or the argument, nobody gets nasty. Nobody piles on unrelated issues, problems, and frustrations. Neither of you wants to win at your partner's expense. So when it's all over, you have a reliable way to repair it. See what I mean? I don't want to get too far out of control. I like to keep things in perspective. I like to keep things on track. I don't never like to let nothing, get outside the track or let her get out of pocket with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to stay on track. Now, here's another one. It's natural to get swept or caught up in the feelings of lust at the beginning of a relationship. Now, that's now at the beginning of every relationship, you got to really restrain yourself from ripping each other's clothes off because that lust is at the beginning of the relationship. That lust is at the beginning, so you got to restrain yourself from ripping each other's clothes off. But you can get caught up in that romance stuff too. You can get caught up in that sexual stuff, and if it's all based on the physical, it can also wear out the relationship as well. But hold on. It's natural to get swept caught up in feelings of lust at the beginning of a relationship. But if those are the only feelings you have for your partner, it's a big chance your relationship will fizzle out over time as you get to know who they really and truly are. See what I mean? That's what I was saying about that. You got to build it, man, strong enough. Not about, the physical. You see what I'm saying? If it's built firmly, securely, strong, healthy, that's a relationship. Because then when the physical wear out, you still can maintain your foundation. But if it's built on lust, like I say, it's a hammer of destruction, nails of disappointment, and you building it for a house of failure. See what I'm saying? So I want to get that straight. Okay. Now, this is about being into your mate. I call intimate, right? Intimate. I call that being into my mate. And intimacy. Into my mate I see. So this is going to be real valuable right here. Okay. This is what I call into my mate now. Intimate. Into my mate. Okay. Best relationships are those that involve two emotionally present partners. When a partner is emotionally present, she will be able to sense nonverbal cues about the wants and needs of the person they're living with. Got it? They'll feel the emotional pulse of their partners and then ask, can I help, support, offer, give advice? So you gotta know when, players, your woman wanna vent, then you gotta know when she want advice. And how you do that is what? You just sit back and listen and be a what? Good listener. See what I mean? It's all about being a good listener, but then learning and studying your partner as well. It's easy to kind of know when she want to vent. If she keep going on and on and on, she just want to vent off. But if she'll vent and then pausing and look at you, vent, then pause and look at you, she kind of wants you to get in and get some advice. Some of the time now. Now, in my experiences, I let them keep going and going. If I see it's something weighing heavy on their heart, I let them keep on going and going and going. I just sit back, and then they look at me like, okay, do you want me to say something, or you just want to get it off your chest? See what I'm saying? It's easy. That's why I say, just sit back, be a good listener, and see. Same way with you. You see what I'm saying? She need to be on one accord with you. Well, how you do things? I'm just saying, that's how you do it. You're supposed to be emotionally present. But that's why it's so important in vacuum relationship to be better understanding of each other, to the point where you understand their silence just as much as their words. You understand their silence just as much as their words. And that's a really emotional present partner. When you can know when your partner real mad or don't want to talk, and you just, okay, well, I'll get back with you, instead of just nagging him. I'm riding his back when he know he don't want to talk. You see what I'm saying? But when you can also sit back and be like, okay, he don't feel like talking right now, let me come back later. See, that's when you really know about your partner. When you know for a fact that when he come in the house in certain ways, he come in, but you can sense it that he really don't want to talk right now. Let him go and eat, take his shower, sit down for a minute, watch TV, and then you come in and then you talk when he get ready to talk. But you got to be able to pick. That's the emotionally present partner. That's what I was talking about. Emotionally present partner. You can pick up those cues and signs. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I say now. This is why I say intimacy is so important. It's because men and women often experience intimacy different in relationships. Now peep this now. Men and women often experience intimacy different in relationships. Most times, I'm saying most times now, men need sex in order to feel close, and women need to feel close in order to have sex. That's the reason why I say intimacy now, the wood that keeps that sexual fire burning, okay? Men and women often experience intimacy different relationships. Most times, men need sex in order to feel close, and women need to feel close in order to have or want sex. To have or want sex. I'll just say that, to have or want sex. Knowing that can help couples move forward with intimacy in mind that makes sense for both. See what I mean? That's why I think, and that's why in my experience, I know intimacy is so important, because when the intimacy dry, man, the relationship, the bonding is dry. You see what I mean? So you want to make sure the intimacy, man, is always that wood that keep that sexual fire burning. Okay. Let me see. So I got one more. When serious relationship marriages fall apart, it's usually not because of the moment. It's because what hasn't happened before that moment that didn't get repaired. When serious relationships marriages fall apart, it's usually not because of the moment, It's because of what hasn't happened before the moment that didn't get repaired. A broken marriage relationship never blows out. It's always a slow leak somewhere that didn't get repaired. It's always a slow leak that didn't get repaired. Always a slow leak, man. Whenever you see a blow up like Ray J and Princess Love, it's because Ray J and Princess Love is not fixing those little small leaks that's leaking. That's why he blowing up with her on TV. Like I said, when you a man, you got to master problem solving, man. You got to be able to fix those small leaks, repair it then. Don't let it go on and prolong. Fix it right then, man. Because if you let it prolong, it's just gonna blow up in your face. That's why they on TV arguing and fighting, which is something I never do. Why you want to go on TV and discuss y'all problems when you can keep it in house, man? See what I'm saying? If your man don't respect the relationship, the woman won't. See what I'm saying? She following his lead. You want to go on TV and then make us look bad, or our unit look bad? Okay, let's go. And since you all about the bag, then let's go. You see what I'm saying? That's why. But okay. Failing to build with diligence, little by little, the pressure from the outside takes over since there's no pressure from the inside. So when you face temptations, problems, it crumbles. See what I mean? That's my point. That's my point. A broken marriage is never a blowout. It's always a slow leak. Failing to build with diligence by little pressure from the outside takes over since there's no pressure from the inside. So when you face temptations, problems, issues, it crumbles. A relationship is a big old Titanic ship. And the only way that ship can sink is water getting in it. It doesn't sink from the water around it. It doesn't sink from water being around it. It sinks from water getting in it. That's why I say you gotta always repair, man. Always repair, man. Okay. I got another one. Genuine intimacy elevates physical connection and sexual satisfaction. It involves emotional affection, bonding over a painful situation, and words of encouragement. That's what I see. Physical touch, kiss. True intimacy is having a soft landing spot, security spot to land. When intimacy is completely missing, each partner will begin to feel less and less important, and the relationship struggles. See what I mean? When I was writing that, I thought about Niecy Nash and her husband. That's why I'm doing the story on them. But I also thought about Nicole Parker and Corey Brojo. See, that's all it is. It's a lack of intimacy. But when she started to come at Boris Kodjoe by disrespecting that man, what all she had to do was she could have kept the intimacy alive, the wood for the fire to burn on her own by just switching up things herself. How about you just come to the door with your t-shirt and butt naked? That'll turn him on. How about you just send him pictures of you naked while he at work? You know what I'm saying? Or you just take some little flirt stuff, flirt with him. You don't always have to be the man or whatever, man. You could just do it yourself. If you believe me, I'd rather a woman do it and I could peep what she trying to do and I catch on to it and I do it, than to just telling me. You don't have to just do it. If it's something you want and it's something you desire, and something you need. Now, most of the time, if we connecting like that, like we've been together for a while, I can catch up on stuff like that. I can pick up on stuff like that. I'll catch up with you. But if I'm not, bring it to my attention. But hold on, I got something with that, but bring it to my attention. So Nicole, she doesn't have to depend on the Corey Brojo. All she gotta do is just lead him. All she gotta do is bring it to his attention by showing him. You didn't have to say nothing. You could have gave the interviewer little by little, but then at the same time, sit down with your man, talk to him about it, but then you switch it up though. You could have came to the door with a t-shirt, no panties on, butt naked, out the shower. When you taking a shower, go in behind him, take a shower with him. Don't let him take a shower by himself. Then if he, it's up to him to say whether yay or nay. You see what I'm saying? Flirt with him through text messages. It's a lot of things, man, you can do, man, to just spice things up. It ain't always just about, like I say, the intimacy is the most valuable part of the relationship. Because that's, like I say, it's the wood that keeps that fire burning, the sexual fire burning. But it's a lot of stuff that she could have did without just putting it on blast. But since it came from the heart, I could tell she meant it because she didn't care about dude none whatsoever. But happiness is not the absence of problems. It's about the ability to deal with them, fight through it, and get over them. Sex can serve different purposes. Now check this, players. I put this in, man. I worked hard. Check this now. It took me a while to get this now. I've been working hard for this. I'm gonna go over it. Happiness is not about the absence of problems. It's about the ability to deal with them, fight through it, and get over them. Sex can serve different purposes, whether it's a form of bonding, type of expression, connection, intimacy, feeling of a love and desire. The biggest community. Now hold on, I'm gonna wait on that one. Now sex can serve different purposes, whether it's a form of bonding. That's what I meant by getting over your struggle together. A type of expression. What I was saying about her, Nicole, what she could have did by just giving him a little signal of what she want by doing it herself. Intimacy. I'm telling you, that's the wood. Feeling of love. You want to feel love. Everybody want to feel love, but love is action, not a feeling. Feelings come and go. And desire. She want to be desired by just attention. Basically, that's what Nicole was saying. She still want what? She's like, kiss on the neck. That's what she was saying. She want to kiss on the neck. She want to do all that. So that's basically what she was saying. She want to still feel desire, want attention. She want guys at her job to still speak to her, flirt with her. She want that attention. That's basically what all that is. Okay, now, what separates two people that have one person in one room with the door closed and the other person in the other room with the door closed? What really puts a distance between two people? A distance now. You want to know what? The biggest communication mistake is we don't listen to understand, instead we listen to reply. The biggest communication mistake is we don't listen to understand, instead we listen to reply. Separation isn't about the distance between the two people. It's about a misunderstanding. The misunderstanding is what separates two people. That's what that is. It's not the distance that we have apart from each other. It's the misunderstanding. That's why I say communication is valuable. Trust is valuable. Respect is valuable. But what distance two people and separate two people most is a misunderstanding. That's all. That's why he in one room and she in the other room, because they just got a misunderstanding. All right. Intimacy thrives on security, stability. Desire feeds off newness, and is stifled by routine. And that's what Nicole was talking about too. Nicole Parker, Horace Brojo's wife. That's what she was talking about too. Intimacy thrives on security, stability. Desire feeds off newness. That's what she kept saying. She still wants the beginning to be like the end. But anytime you're in a relationship or marriage and its progresses, the first 2 years or the first year will never be the same as the year 14, 15. I'm thinking she should know that. When you married, man, and y'all been together 15, 20 years, it'll never be like the beginning. The beginning and probably the second year, if you look at the third, but it never be year 2, year 3, it'll never be like year 13, 14, man. Never, man. All right. Now this is what I was finna say about mine. Respect. Respect the way we talk and constructively criticize each other. Watch your tone and body language when addressing each other. When boundaries are set, come in at a decent time. Chores are divided. Take care, of your chores that y'all have set for each other. And then I said this too. Now, if it's food in the refrigerator, ask before you just go in there and eat it. Now it might not seem like it's a big thing, but it's really a respect thing. I might want to come back to that later on, but if you just go in there and eat it, that's really like disrespect. You see what I'm saying? Because if you got something, I'm not going to just go in there and eat it. You might be saving that for later or whatever. You don't want it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and let you save it for later on to come back and eat it. But then if I do see it, I'll ask, hey, you going to eat this? I see you got 3 tacos. Can I get one? And that might seem small, but my dad had right now that problem. I say, Dad, my dad and my partners, they always let they woman, man, just take the stuff. I say, man, now, that's setting up her chess pieces also. See, that could be a form of me trying to get a move on you, me trying to one-up you. So that's what I'm saying. I don't ask me. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go in there, and I'm already make sure that, hey, when I put this in here, I'm going to come back to it. But if you see it, and you know it's mine, not yours, just ask. Because that's that woman trying to one-up me. So that's her moving her chess pieces. She feel like she can get over on me by eating my tacos. See, that's that inch. That's that 1 yard. Then once you get that 1 yard, you run a whole football field. See what I'm saying? So what I say, you got to cut that short quick. Hey, man, ask me. See what I'm saying? You trying to one-up me by eating my food. That's a chess piece. That's a chess move. See what I'm saying? It is chess, not checker. But then, like I say, eat it. Okay, when going outside solo, know that you represent you, your partner, in this united front. When you go outside solo, when somebody asks you about me, representing well, represent yourself well, and that just represents the united front well. That's all that does. When you represent yourself well, you represent me well, and you represent the United Front well. Same way as me. If I'm out solo with my girl, I ain't with her. The way I represent myself, it represents her, and it represents our United Front. That's all I was saying about that. Okay. Don't discuss personal business, issues, problems in the street, and make sure whatever it is out there that needs to be addressed, you make it there before the outside noise does. Always make sure your partner knows about what's going on in the street before we make it back to their house. I need to know way before that that water come in my house. I need to know way before. So if anything you hear out there in the streets, man, or whatever got it going with me and you, let you make it before that noise make it in my house, or to me. We ain't living together, or with me. Don't let nobody call me, man, tell me something that you could have told me way before they told me. That's all about respect too. See. Okay, now I wrote this one down. Don't assume, bring to attention, and ask. And see, common mistake that people make in relationships is loving your partner in the way you want them to be loved, or assuming, rather than the way their partner wants to be loved. You have to You have to pay very close attention. Be patient. Take time studying and learning your partner's body to figure out what your partner wants and needs from you. It might not be the same things you want or need from them. Now, this is a love-making and emotional intimacy process. Everything in unison, the bond, togetherness, and emotional cues and signs. I want to say this right quick, though. What I mean by don't assume, bring it to attention and ask, because, okay, let's say this now. Now, I don't really do the anal thing, right? But if you an anal man and your ex love anal, don't assume that your current partner love anal. Now, I'll say this. Even if she did, because I had experienced this, a lot of females will pass up on certain things from the first couple of weeks, but then they'll fall in the routine during the next couple of weeks. She probably didn't want to expose that to you right then. She kind of wanted to build a little core with you and then show how freaky she could be. So just because she turned it down, don't mean that she's saying no. She just saving it for, you know what I'm saying, just saving it for a little while before she want to go that part with you. There's some freaks just bust out with it, you know what I'm saying? So you got them, but then you got some women that just like to just slowly bring it on, slowly pull a freak out. But then it depends on the type of guy too. Now, if you got the type of energy she in love with, hey, she bound to show you, man, all the positions, man, in 30 minutes for the first night. You know, I had it happen. You see what I'm saying? But some women that, you know, they kind of want to be taken a little seriously, they'll like go slow with it. So you might ask them for something. She might say no to it then, but that don't mean that she's saying no, I'm not gonna do it. Or I'm just putting it off for right now. That means she delaying it, not putting it off and saying no to it. She delaying it for later on. See what I'm saying? So what I'm saying about don't assume that your current likes what your ex like. So if you're an anal man, or you like to do the little sucking on the toes, whatever. You see what I'm saying? And you like certain things you like whatever. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to get too X-rated on YouTube because I know how they are, but just ask and don't assume. That's what I was saying. Ask, don't assume. And then, if you was a man that like to have massages, getting your back massage from your ex, and that's how y'all should do things, y'all massage each other, man, and all that. I'm talking about your shoulder, your leg, whatever. Now, if your current doesn't do it, that gives you a chance to bond together. Now what you can do? Teach her. Now she can learn. See what I'm saying? Now y'all bonding over what you want and what you want and your need and your desire. Then what in return? Now what? Since she reason with you, now she get you to do something that she want. You see what I mean? So it really goes hand in hand. Now she doing what you want her to do. Now it's something that she like. Now she can teach you, and y'all can bond over teaching. You see what I mean? So it really go hand in hand with that. Like I say, now if you ain't no too sexual dude now, because a lot of stuff, man, I ain't doing. Because I believe there's certain positions a man can do that a woman will lose respect for him, man. You know what I'm saying? It's some positions, man, and some stuff that men do, man. When I hear these conversations, man, with my homies and in the barbershop, man, I know in my mind, I'm saying, I know your woman lost respect for you by doing all that, bro. I'm saying it in my mind now, like, it's some positions that you can do and some stuff you can ask for, man. Your woman will lose respect for you, man. So be careful what you ask for, man. But though, if it's something that's unique and something that she can see that she can get pleasure out of too, or she see that, you know, she want to pleasure you, because if your woman really like you, man, she'll go the distance for you. You see what I'm saying? As long as it's in her range now. You see what I'm saying? Don't let it be something just, man, just out of space now. You know what I'm saying? Let it be in range, man. Don't let it be way in Mars or what you want, man. I don't know too much myself, but golly, I be hearing some stuff, man. I done heard some stories, man. I'm like, man, I know your woman, man. Really don't like you, man. Like, cause man, the stuff you want, man. Golly, man, I want to meet her. Like, man, I know she a porn star, but like I say, just like respect, communication, trust, ask, don't assume, bring to attention, ask, don't assume, and it's just like I say, man. That's it. Those are the signs that I just, the signs of love make, because it's a process. It's not about just, what I'm saying, the sex. It's way more than just a penetration. The penetration is supposed to be, like I say, the icing on the cake. But in order to keep the icing on the cake real exciting and fun, you gotta keep the intimacy, that wood, that fire burning though. You gotta keep that. You gotta keep woods in the fire. You gotta keep woods in the fire. If you want that sex to be top notch, man, and you really want your woman to be really saturated, man. Like I said, I'm trying to use other words besides what I really want to use because of YouTube. But if you want your woman to be really, really saturated, player, really, really saturated, go over this list, man. I guarantee you, man. Same thing for women. They can check it out. If you want your man to have a stiff erection, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Bond with him on things he wants. Respect him. Don't just go in and eat his food. When, you know what I'm saying? When he conversate with you, constructively criticize him. Don't just nag you. See what I'm saying? Make him want you. Switch up certain things you doing. Flirt with him on text messages. Answer that door, man, with a t-shirt on with no panties on. Shower first. Make sure you're smelling good. Come to the bedroom smelling good. And for my players that were asking me about a woman looking presentable. Now I did this for my players that asked me that. Okay. If you a player, right, and you got your own bachelor pad, make sure you have everything a woman needs, man, before she enter the house with you. She spend the night. Now, you shouldn't have every woman spend the night over your house, right? She should have you at least a little too. Don't be like Young Bird getting set up, letting every woman over his house spend the night, man. That ain't cool. Have you a good two, whatever, that you trust for real, man. That you done built up a real trust for him, right? Now, have everything she needs. The secret deodorant, man, body spray, a mirror. Put that long mirror on the back of your door. Have a hot curling iron or a comb. I'm talking about have like 3 or 4 or 5 of them, not just one. Because I know one guy, man, he had used all his toothbrushes and then she couldn't use one. That's why you got to go out, man, just buy whole packs, man. When she wake up in the morning, man, you want her to brush her teeth. You want her to be looking at your toothbrushes. She don't want to use yours. Have you some toothbrushes, man. Like, I'm talking about packs now. And then, too, you don't want her to put those same panties on neither, right? So what you need to have, boxer briefs, man. Get you some boxers, man, or some briefs, man. So once she slide hers off and take a shower, she slide new fresh ones on. So you want your kitty real fresh, man. You want that kitty cat real fresh, man. And how you do that is buy boxer briefs, you know what I'm saying, tights. You know what I'm saying? You see her size or whatever. They got the all fits tights. Go buy you some tights, man. Because you don't want her to, man, slide them panties off that she been in all day with you. And then now she take a shower, she ain't got nothing to put on. So, you know what I'm saying? Unless you just want her to walk around with t-shirt and panties on all day, but they'll do it now. But I'm just saying, you want to have some boxer briefs too. That way she slide hers off, you put hers in the bag, and she just wear yours around the house. You see what I'm saying? Keep the kitty fresh for you. So you want Dove soap, you want Irish Spring, whatever, man, that you can get, man. Irish Spring, you want deodorant, man. Put a mirror in there, hot comb, whatever. Brushes, combs. All that, man. So when she come out with, man, you got like a one pit top for pit spot stop. So she ain't gotta leave. You don't want to leave. You want to have everything right there, and you doing this for her to be presentable when she come out that shower, man. So when she come out that shower, she got everything she need right there, lotion, all that. So now when she come out, she looking presentable for you, man. That's how you want it to be, presentable, man. At all times, everything. Soap, toothbrushes, lotion, Dove soap, shampoo for. I'm talking about a few now. I ain't just talking about, 1 or 2. I'm talking about a few. So as soon as she come out, man, you got a one pit stop, man. Everything right there what she needs to look presentable for you, player. Alright, player. This is love making this a process. Intimacy is the wood that keep that sexual pleasure burning, players. Alright.